everybody. Good morning to meteorologist Travis Kleneski here on this Friday morning, about 7:10 in the morning as I record this here. Plenty to discuss in the day ahead, let alone the next 7 days. The 7-day forecast will be a small part of the entire forecast here. For today, a high wind warning will go into place at noon today, continuing until either midnight out west or until 3 a.m. here or 5 a.m. here, as we're going to see some high winds throughout the day today, especially this afternoon and this evening as well. This evening may be when our highest winds come. High wind watch out east here, and this will kick in at 7 o'clock tonight, continuing until early tomorrow morning. All of these areas, high wind watch or high wind warning, it will be in place for wind gusts that could exceed 55 miles per hour. Then there's the fire threat. Now, some of you did get rain last night, and that was a great thing. That'll keep that fire threat down a little bit for today in some spots here. But for most of us, especially to the north and west, there was not much rain out there last night. Now, it kind of depends on where I'm going to go back to this graphic real quick here. Sorry, I need to try something here real quick before I get too far along. But again, for some, it's going to be different than others here. For instance, there's going to be a dry line out here. So there's going to be some humidity. That will keep that fire threat down a little bit. Not saying that it will be a zero fire threat. There's still going to be some fire threat. There was some rain last night in here, so this fire threat's even lower yet. Much lower to the east. More humidity, rain last night, early this morning. But out west, we are talking about a critical fire threat to the west. Very dry air in place and nasty winds here. So everybody in the pink is under a red flag warning, but some places, basically as you go to the west, the conditions are going to be worse for that wildfire threat. All right, we had thunderstorms last night. They have now moved on. Maybe still a little patchy drizzle this morning as this warm front lifts northward to our northeast and out of our area. Skies are starting to clear to the southwest. We'll see clearing skies. Winds start to crank up out of the south. They are pretty breezy this morning. They're going to get a lot worse later on today. Very strong south winds gusting to 55 miles per hour. Some humidity in here. There's that dry line right here. Very dry air out west. Low pressure here, cold front to our west. Late this afternoon, thunderstorms will try to develop near and ahead of this dry line. These could be more individual supercell type thunderstorms right in here. Back that up. And there's going to be a threat not only of some very large hail, maybe up to 2 inches in diameter, but also an isolated tornado threat and some strong wind gusts with these strongest storms. If you get underneath of those, you'll also enjoy the rain. That'll be helpful as well. But I think this will be more on an individual basis, and not everybody's going to get in on this moisture chance here. But we're going to have to watch that severe weather threat closely. Winds may be strongest this evening. We could see gusts 60, maybe 65 miles per hour out here. I think your strongest winds will be right in there. You see that orange shade with those arrows. That's where your strongest winds are going to be, right in here, this area here. These may actually diminish later this evening as this dry line retreats to the west a little bit and kind of eventually merges with this cold front. Then we look for developing thunderstorms around midnight in far western parts of our area. Still very windy overnight, still very warm right in here. That thunderstorm chance goes away for a while. Late night thunderstorms developing. A line of thunderstorms will then push eastward along that cold front right there. This is when the biggest threat for severe weather comes. Damaging wind gusts are your main threat with this line of thunderstorms, but there will be these little kinks in this line of thunderstorms that could potentially put down brief, weak tornadoes that could do damage. Maybe some hail as well, but damaging wind gusts, straight line winds are your biggest threat. As this pushes eastward, they will weaken by tomorrow morning, though, so there may not be as much of a severe weather threat near the Tri-Cities area. Very warm and windy to start off in the east, very blustery to the west here, but skies are clearing up, and winds will start to take more of a westerly turn. Low pressure up here to the north, up to our north, kind of under the banner there. Wraparound moisture over northeast Nebraska. Rain and snow up there. We'll see get dry slotted right in here. This is a dry slot that's kind of wrapping into the system. Rain and thunderstorms tomorrow morning out east. Maybe some severe weather here. Winds turning blustery, and there'll be more westerly snow, blowing snow to the northwest. Maybe a little rain, possibly mixed with snow in the far northwest corner of the local Fort viewing area. Probably more rain than anything, though. We'll see sunshine in the Tri-Cities area, but very windy and slightly cooler temperatures. In fact, temperatures may drop during the day. Tomorrow night, getting chillier. The wind's still strong. A few clouds around as the moisture starts to lift to our north here. And Sunday's going to be a cooler and another blustery day with some northwest winds. So there's a risk for severe weather late this afternoon and into tonight. Most of us a slight risk of severe weather, especially for that afternoon threat out there. But then that late night line of storms that pushes eastward will bring that damaging wind gust threat right in here. So again, our highest risk is going to be that enhanced risk for some damaging wind gusts overnight, late night, 70-plus mile-per-hour wind gusts. There could be a chance of some isolated tornadoes first with those supercells, and then even with that line of thunderstorms. And with those supercells, we're looking at that threat of some large hail as well. Tomorrow's threat of severe weather, eastern Nebraska, or the far eastern part of the state. Better chances farther to our east for some severe weather there, mainly for wind and hail. Hot today. Hottest temperatures will come where the air is going to be less humid. Mid to upper 80s, low to mid 90s out there. Tonight, dropping back into the 40s, 50s, and 60s for overnight lows. Very mild in the east, much cooler out west, and we'll see that again for tomorrow. Warm temperatures in the east, cooler temperatures out west. Temperatures will drop as that cooler air works its way in from the west, so we may be cooler later in the day in the Tri-Cities. Tomorrow night, a little chillier, 30s and 40s for overnight lows. Another blustery day on Sunday. Partly to mostly sunny skies. Temperatures will top out in the 50s and 60s, warmer the farther southeast and south that you go, cooler to the north. But again, those winds are going to be pretty noticeable on Sunday. Looking at the rest of that forecast here as we look at the 7-day forecast. So again, we've got the crazy weather today and tonight, chance of storms tonight. After that, I don't have any rain in the forecast through the weekend or through most of next week. Temperatures come down this weekend. Still very strong winds, 20 to 30 miles per hour, gusts to 45 miles per hour over the weekend. If you don't get rain tonight, you didn't get rain last night, you're likely to see a higher fire threat out there this weekend once again. Winds come down a bit more for next week. Breezy still, but not as windy. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we'll be looking at temperatures starting to climb back up by the middle of next week here, as by Wednesday we'll be back to the lower 80s. Long range, it does look like we'll trend back down as we get towards that final day of April, Saturday, the 30th, and then Sunday, May 1st, maybe a little bit cooler once again. We'll see if there may be some moisture down the road as we get towards late next week into that following weekend. All right, well, with that, I'm going to let you all go, and thank you all for watching on this Friday morning. Again, watch the weather close. Early this morning, if you still have a chance, bring anything inside that you don't want blowing around. The winds are going to get a lot worse later on today. Watch that severe weather threat overnight tonight. Of course, if you don't have the Local 4 weather app, that would be something that would be very good to have. If you have that, I'm here scrambling to see if I have the, and I don't have it here, but I don't have the app. But just search Local 4 weather on the App Store or Google Play, and you'll find it. That's a way to get warnings overnight tonight when you're sleeping. Another way, a NOAA All Hazards Weather Radio, another great device to have when you're sleeping to get weather warnings to you. Is, like I said, some of these storms will come late tonight after midnight for some of you. So, all right, well, with that, stay safe today and this weekend, and I will see you all again on Monday where the weather will be a little bit quieter. All right, take care, and God bless. Bye.